Welcome everybody to the first Staff AMA. There will be many more to come, but currently I'm the one that's being AMA'd. My name is Diarmid Cronin. I'm known as K9 on the forums and K9 underscore Diarmid in game. I've been on the server for like 4 years now, and we decided to do kind of a staff AMA because we had something similar before where people just put up questions to staff, but nobody actually really kind of did it on a case-by-case basis. So Ghost is also here with me, the living Ghost. He's another staff member, and he's been on the server for probably about the same time. How long have you been on the server, Ghost?
2012, so 5 years.
Yeah. I think it was by 2012 as well. I joined just at the conclusion of the Game of Crowns, actually. So I think that gives like a fair notion of when.
I mean, I joined in 2012, but I was antisocial for a year, so I don't know what happened. But
You were which for a year?
missed out on a lot. Missed out on a lot.
Wait, Ghost, when did you join?
2012 June. I'm gonna say. I take a stab.
Oh wow, I joined right.
So getting the big question out of the way, K9. What even do you do?
Oh,
fuck, man! I was gonna ask him that.
Who's Kane?
I joined staff as part of the media team because I'm currently studying digital film production, and so I joined as the media team, and then I kind of started not doing that because I just started not doing it, and I then joined with Ghost in the moderation team. So the moderation team is made up of myself, Ghost, Els, and Solace, and so that's pretty much what I do most of the time. Is I deal with your shit because
Basically,
there's a lot of it.
it's me, Els, and Solace trying to be very fair and unbiased, and then you come in, and then you're like, nah, just ban everyone, and then we do.
And
So we don't want to argue with you.
we don't have a
Arguing doesn't
community.
get anything done.
So I'm just gonna start reading these out, and I expect you to also answer them, Ghost. Even though some of them are not, they're aimed specifically towards me, and so you.
I didn't agree to this.
Yeah, but now you've been ragged in.
Just come join me and drink. I'm doing this.
Okay, so Mr. Polo13 on the forum asks, so what is your favorite type of potato, and as an extension, your favorite potato-based dish? My favorite potato is a red rooster potato. They're made locally, they taste great, and I think Archbishop answered correctly when the answer is of course vodka. Well, it's poutine over here. Poutine is like
Heresy.
poutine is good. Poutine is like the equivalent of moonshine. It's like made in toilets and stuff. You know what I mean? It's kind of toilets and baths and sinks. It's good. It's like 80% kind of thing. It's used a lot for sanitizing. So you.
That was a beautiful answer.
Ghost, favorite potato-based dish?
Favorite potato-based dish. Yeah, that'll be bangs and mash.
Bangers and mash.
Oh,
That's
babe.
good. It's good.
Yeah.
I
The type of potato, the ones that are vegetables and not carbohydrates. Because we had a big discussion, honestly, today about if a potato was a vegetable.
It's like it's a root, so it's a vegetable. Like carrots are vegetables.
It's a debate.
No, it's definitely 100% a vegetable. Okay, on to the next question, which was
Would you put it in a fruit salad, so it's a vegetable?
yeah,
There you go.
there you go. You put it in like a
Tomatoes.
vegetable salad, like a bunch of roast vegetables.
Would you put a tomato in a fruit salad?
Yeah, man.
No, not a fruit. Fruit them.
I definitely put a tomato in a fruit salad.
That's so.
Anyway, the next
I
question
wouldn't
was
say that.
the next question was a one that when we were making the thread that preceded the public announcement that I guaranteed that it would be within the first 5 posts, and it's by Spirit on the forums. It says,
Oh, this is the one. Yeah.
how did Dash K9 start anyway? And I think I've answered this a couple of times before, but it started out by I was previously part of a different server on Minecraft that I one day got my account stolen from me, and I used to do it, and I used to attach a different color each time, and I used to have this really complicated chart because I got in a lot of trouble for my account being stolen, and so I was like, look, this is how I can prove that it wasn't me or whatever. And so then I just got lazier, and I took away the colors, and I used it all the time there, so it just kind of continued on anyway. Sankara also asked Kanan, what do I do here?
the only
Ghost.
person
Okay,
to do that.
Ghost, what do you even do
Uh,
here?
Nothing. Yeah. I take up space,
Man.
basically, for the next staff member. Yeah.
Nice.
And then, just,
Just
relax.
hang around, abuse staff commands, and
Ghost.
live a good life.
Like a ghost.
Ooh,
Eh?
made it as fuck, man. Um, so the next question is, does K9 have a life outside Hollowworld? And I most certainly do not, because no, I do. I like I said, I study film. I'm just after wrapping up on a film there last week, and I'm about to shoot another one next week. Part of this is me procrastinating doing work for that film. But a bit of procrastination never did anybody any harm. I live in a place called Cork, in a country called Ireland. Cork is the southernmost county in Ireland. And yeah, I spend a lot of time in the city. I spend a lot of time drinking pints and eating food. Ghost, I'm sure that you also have a life outside of Hollowworld that is entertaining.
Yes, I do. Apparently. And I always thought I was your life outside of Hollowworld, but yes, that's not
It's
true.
now on the
It's okay, Ghost.
Yep,
you can
okay.
be my world.
That's why Arch is here. Just here. No, I'm at university currently in Nottingham, which is a real place because a lot of Americans don't believe that Nottingham exists. They think it's a fictional
Yep.
land.
I agree.
No, it's very much real. The university.
Oh, great. Next you're going to
Nice.
tell me King Arthur wasn't real.
Oh, very much real. He delivers my mail now, though. Boring immortal.
and lost the king
yes.
title. It's now Postman Arthur.
No, uni keeps me busy, and it keeps me north. And that's pretty much it.
What are you studying
Yeah.
in uni?
Oh, history. It's gotta be.
Oh, nice. What kind of history?
I think I dedicate that to Polo. I really appreciate that. You a course by doing like very generic things to find out what you want to study the most, and then now it's Germany, kingships through England, and Industrial Revolution.
Nice.
Then next year is when I just get to pick. That's when you actually get to major in something. And that, yeah, you probably won't see me at all next year. I will just be absent from everything and anything.
Yeah, I'll probably be a bit more absent next year. Oh yeah, Warwolf. What Warwolf asks?
Yeah, second year of uni.
So Warwolf just asked there what year of uni Ghost was in. I probably won't be around much next year actually, because I'm hoping to do my masters in digital film production. So we'll see how that goes.
Very
Blor-
cool. Very cool.
Blorbus83 asks, what happened to K8, 7, and 6? I ate them.
Like, have you ever seen? You've seen the film I, Robot?
I've seen the film I, Robot.
Are they huddled in dark
K6,
places?
7, and 8 huddled inside a box and waited for 9 to come along and make them obsolete. We're waiting for 10. He's around the corner.
Wait. Don't talk about 10. He can't know about that.
Kate is his actual name.
There is no K10. Don't worry about anything.
Thank you, Arch. You definitely quelled the worries within me.
And there's now a K2, so I think you've got sloppy.
Kate
K2.
is his actual name.
Polo is adamant that Kate is my real name. You know, I let him continue on in that belief.
How do you even pronounce the Pyramid?
Pyramid. So it's like pyramid
Oh,
with
no.
a D.
Can I try?
Pyramid. Oh, cool. I never actually
Yeah,
did.
Lannis, I've played like easily 100 hours worth of video games with you over the course of the last 6 months.
True.
Oh, I feel so hurt.
I'm sorry.
Pyramid.
Pyramid.
I feel so abandoned and thrown to the side.
It's okay, Arch. Cap asked Dermot, who is your favourite British politician and why is it Maggie Thatcher? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. I don't have a favourite British politician. I think I think they should get out of my country. Warwolf says I thought it was Diarmwood. It kind of isn't. A lot of people can't say my name right, so if it's in the ballpark of it, I normally accept it. 223Hero7 asked me, what is my favorite time of day to snap a photo, and what settings do I set the camera to? My favorite time of day to take a photo is what's called the golden hour, which is the hour after sunrise and the hour before sunset. That's kind of where the light is most even. Favorite settings, I guess it depends on what I'm taking a photo of. So it varies from time to time. I tend to try and stick below 800 ISO because my camera's native ISO is 800. ISO means sensitivity of the sensor, and I try and stick it around.
Yeah, we don't major in that. So.
Oh yeah.
You heard it here first, folks. K9 likes golden showers.
Hey. I'm not going to deny it. Next podcast when? Says Deester. Next podcast now. Mitch asked me why am I so bad at League. I'm better than you.
No, you're not.
No, that's not true at all.
Get out of here, scrub.
I used to be better at League, and now I'm bad. And Mitch is good, but not that good. I set a cap on how good he is. Who's a good boy? Says Sankara. Ghost, who's a good boy?
I'm going to give that one to Lannis. It's been pretty good recently. He's a good boy. Yeah. Yeah.
Nanas, congrats on being a good boy.
I'm also better at League than K9.
No, you're not. You are though. Oh, it pains me.
Fucking try me.
All right, adding a note to Lannis, the good boy.
There you go.
His file has been
excellent. Excellent.
Teak asks me, do I think any new races are on the horizon? And Deester answers it with ultramarathonrunning.com/races/trans Europe foot race.html. I appreciate that.
Beautiful.
That's nice. I think vampires are going to make a big comeback. See them next fall.
Well, and vampires. It was very specific and totally not vampires. Come on, man.
They just were pale and had
Too shiny.
too shiny.
Too
Didn't
shiny.
have mermaids. There was Cyrene. Come on. Well, mermaids.
Too shiny.
They were mermaids.
To be fair, they weren't mermaids because they didn't eat sailors.
Yeah, they were like this kind of weird half fish race.
They,
It's just
they were
kinda-
like they were like
They
the
married.
feminist siren.
but like they
Feminist
Di-
mermaid.
Dis-
they
Disney,
also-
Disney mermaids.
they like had those weird like two tails that were just legs. It's like, come on, make your fucking mind up, dude. Like, what
Oh
do you mean?
yeah, they just kind of flopped along.
Yeah, but then like there was like ones that like, and I imagine that like the ones with the two fins just kind of used it to propel them across. But no, apparently they were like fucking legs with knees and shit, man.
You know, like their hometown had rivers running through it, so they used those. But didn't you imagine everywhere else that they were just kind of a fish out of water, just trying to get across when they
Yeah,
walked
something
anywhere?
like that.
It's
Like I mean they had arms
Well,
and shit, so they could have dragged themselves across the ground. But other than that, they're-
tail's going crazy.
but
Just
it's a
trying to get to
tail.
water.
Ugh.
Mm.
Bored Brit asks, "Where's my dad?" And I've heard that the line for cigarettes is very, very long, so he's still probably in the shop.
Oh, I thought it was ice cream.
I always heard the cigarette line was at least 15 years.
Yeah, it's at minimum 15
If you,
years.
if you went out for beers, I think it's at least 17 years.
The only
And
difference,
then ice cream's pending.
Ice cream, I think it was 60 years. So
the only difference is that like
Alright.
if they contract an illness or something, they come back a bit quicker. To like see you for 5 minutes and they disappear again. This conversation is getting a whole lot too real for somebody in here. Archer, so sorry. Come here. Joey, who's a new player, I think, said, "Do you like my expert artistic
returning player.
returning player?" Correct. Like he's using the same thing as Steel, that Steel Cryo used to use. So I don't know if it's Steel, but it's not. He says he asked me, "Do I like his expert artistic rendition of my picture here?" Which is beautiful. 1,000-degree knife versus Anhalt says GLaDOS, which the ears are 1,000-degree knives, which is quite cool. Cap asked an earlier
Yeah.
question, but now he's back again. He says, "What are your opinions on the current state of Ireland, and why is the staff team so trash?" I think it's because Ghost and I make up like a decent chunk of it, and
We make up any percentage of the staff team that we make up. It just means everything's trash.
Yeah, it's like,
Like if the staff team was like 1,000 people, we'd still be a percentage, so it's still trash.
you're only as strong as your weakest link, you know.
I thank God that I'm just recycled materials.
Then maybe we should just cut off the link.
Oh,
That
no!
breaks the chain.
Yeah.
Then you just add on a new chain. That's better than the last one.
Oh,
Jesus.
I'm sorry,
Purging the
sorry.
chain.
I'm sorry, K9, but the weakest link. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Who is the weakest link? Says Bob. I think the weakest link
We could-
is
Whoever suggested that question.
yeah. Fuck you.
What, me?
Deflection?
Uh,
yeah.
That sounds like the Night of the Long Knives. Just kill everyone you don't like.
Too soon.
Who?
Not too soon.
Okay. What
No,
are my
Bob,
opinions
don't do
on the
it.
current state of Ireland? It's an interesting question. So there's a vote of no confidence happening in the Irish government.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting old time to be. And then
Can we have that here, please?
I think you can. I think democracy works like that.
How does democracy work?
It doesn't.
Yeah, no. Look at Donald Trump.
And I will not ban the user lemur because how could I?
Oh,
Because ring-tailed lemurs are pretty cool.
And also in the north, just to continue on the answer to that question, also in the north, Martin McGuinness stepped down as head of Sinn Féin relations in the north, and then the DUP are kind of doing their thing, and then people are happening. It's probably going to be a referendum to join the north and the south, so we'll see how that goes. Finally, you might be out of my country. What do I think about turtles? No species in specific. My cousin used to own 2 turtles, and they both died. So, frail. I know they're pretty cool though. Turtles. I prefer
that's another look. Definitely.
tortoises because they're on land and stuff. But sure, look, they're all the same, I guess. America first, but Ireland second. Asks somebody unknown. No, it was asked by Arch.
Question?
No. Ireland first always.
Question?
Europe first, Ireland second.
Netherlands second.
Netherlands second. That was a funny video. I saw it. It was pretty funny.
I have a question for you, K9.
You have a question for me?
Have you been watching the Six Nations?
I have.
Oh, Scotland, France today. Is it France? No, Wales. No, Scotland, Wales. Bloody 3 fans in the crowd dressed up as Trump. Camera pan to them. It was hilarious.
I saw that. Yeah, I remember. I remember seeing that. Wait, Ireland.
But yeah, no. Money on Scotland. On Scotland won.
No, my money will always be in Ireland.
Well, yeah, I put money on Ireland as well, and Ireland won. So Good day.
Scotland won against Wales.
Scotland decimated Wales.
Nobody will
fuck?
ever lose against Wales. Wales can't
So
even play
talking about-
rugby. They're like
You should have
flop
seen
about.
Hogg today. You should have seen Hogg. He was on form. He's a machine.
Scotland. Didn't they win
Yes.
last 2 or 3 years wooden spoons or something?
Well, that's Italy. It's always Italy.
It's always been Scotland up until recently, apparently.
Ah, not anymore then. No, Scotland's got Hogg. They'll always be fine.
No, I think
A lot.
I like the Six Nations a lot because it's such a good excuse to go to the pub.
Yes. Yeah.
It really
that's
is.
good.
Do you even need an excuse?
No, but it helps.
Well,
You
I'm
don't.
going
I
to the
mean-
pub tomorrow for the England game.
I mean,
Gonna be
you're
fantastic.
Irish. Like it's like you're basically born in pubs. Aren't
Yeah, but
you?
there's still that underlying undertone of alcoholism within the community. So when you have an excuse, it just kind of, it makes it seem a little bit better.
So you're telling me there's more alcoholics per capita than there are people?
Yeah, 100%.
Uh,
I love that. There's more alcoholics than there are people.
Well, the dogs, the cats, the children, the homeless people, because
They don't count as people.
evidently not.
Yeah.
That was
about
that was a
40% nitrogen, 20% alcohol.
that was his satirical joke on the basis that Ireland is currently going through its worst homeless crisis ever, and political jokes.
Very local satire.
Yeah, it is. I realized after that everybody was quiet, and I was like, oh, wait a second. Cap asked me if I petition you to delete Hollowworld, would you do it? That is not within my power. But yeah, no, no, yeah, no.
The chain's only as strong as the weakest link. Purge
Who
the
do I
site.
petition, man? Who
Say
do I
again?
petition?
It's time for revolution, comrade.
Yeah,
Do I petition Solus? Can I get Hollowworld deleted finally?
I think you can petition.
Revolutions don't end in the destruction of the country. Well, they try not to.
Have I ever blown up my phone by accident? Asks Overlord. No, I don't think. Like, if your phone blows up by accident, then you're not the one blowing it up. But if you blow up your phone, then it's you blowing up the phone. Yes.
Dealer manslaughter.
Cap asks, have I ever blown up the British on purpose? And I can point you to my back garden where there are piles upon piles of fertilizer.
Those IRA roots die hard, don't they?
Time to back away, boys.
So where does Northern Ireland come into this? Are they Irish or?
There's only one island.
There's only one island. 32 or 36 plus 6.
26.
Northern Ireland will always be a scarier place to visit than just Ireland.
Okay, so Northern Ireland comes into it in that there's two parties in Northern Ireland. There's the Unionists and the Republicans. The Unionists aren't Irish, but the Republicans are. There you go.
Wolf has asked a particularly engaging question there.
Oh, nice diversion. My favorite ice cream flavor. I think I'm gonna have to go for like strawberry. I think it's a classic.
Oh, really?
I think so. I quite like getting strawberry
Strawberry.
and mint ice cream together. You know what I mean?
You could have cheated and just said ice cream sandwich. That's always 3.
No,
I
ice
think
cream.
you're thinking, like Neapolitan.
Oh, nice.
I'm thinking of ice cream sandwich.
No, man, ice cream sandwich is just like ice cream and 2 cookies.
Yeah, isn't it
You
like
got nothing else.
chocolate?
Wait, cookies?
chocolate
We have
bread?
wafers.
You know what's funny?
You have cookies?
What's funny?
Ice cream sandwiches aren't actually considered to be sandwiches, at least here in the U.S. by the federal government. You can blame the FDA for that.
Wait, so like there's like there's like a
But hot dogs are considered sandwiches.
but there's like a thing. There's like a list of like what's a sandwich and what's not.
Basically, it's determined by taxation codes and who controls it. If it's like the level of preparation and processing determines which agency it fits under, because there's 2 different regulatory agencies.
That's also why Jaffa cakes were so like adamant that they're cakes.
Yeah. Yeah, they're cakes, not cookies, because that's an additional taxation, despite the fact that they look like cookies. It's the same idea. If something is actually if something is a sandwich, it's taxed differently than if something is not a sandwich.
That's lame as fuck.
So yeah, ice cream sandwiches, wafers is the bread. Shut up, Lannis. Go away with your cookies. I'm very jealous.
Okay. So, which Fallout game is the best game? Is the best one? Says Bob.
Whatever you're suffering from right now, Jesus Christ.
New Vegas.
You think New Vegas is the best one? I don't know. I'm gonna have to go for 3.
Gonna have to go in New Vegas. That's a good shout.
I liked New Vegas, but at the same time I just found it like the storylines were just too disengaging. They're like, there was no like consistency to it. It just was like lackluster, and like storylines ended where they shouldn't have ended, and there was like a gap where one storyline ends and the other engaging storyline begins.
What's this?
Fallout New Vegas.
New Vegas. Oh.
And but also the ending to it was fucking abysmal. Like that weird like there was a conversation and then there was like this weird animation cut in of like Victor throwing people off the dam, and then like it cuts back and like what the fuck was that? It's like where'd that fit in? This
Wait. So you're telling me that watching your father in the reactor in the Jefferson Memorial is not a cop-out ending?
kind of, it is a cop out ending, but at the same time, I still like. I didn't enjoy it, but I still felt it. Do you know what I mean? Like I felt some connection to it. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" This is bullshit.
I mean, I will admit the New Vegas ending did have some content cut from it, but at the end of the day, I think it was a better overall game.
I think it was a better overall game because you had like more engagement within it. You know what I mean? You had more control over the individual aspects depending on who you sided with and what you did. But at the same time, I just felt like I ended it and I like just was like nah. What do I think about the issue? So, what do you think of the issue of consent? I think, because I played when there was no consent, I am of the opinion that there should be no consent. With RP, yes. With RP. Consent is extremely important when having sex with people. Like, always, you don't have to ask, do I have your consent? But you say before, are you okay with this going forward? It doesn't even take 3 seconds, dude. They say yes or no, you know what I mean? It doesn't, people say it takes you out of the moment. It doesn't, right? RP consent. I come from earlier Hollowworld where people didn't have to consent for RP, but you guys are so terrible at getting along with one another that I think we need consent right now. If you can all like settle down a little bit and just chill, man, then we won't need consent. But you know,
yeah,
y'all really bad at getting along.
I see Cap furiously typing.
Y'all need Jesus.
Y'all need Jesus.
I stopped typing, Linus. You didn't need to know what I had to say.
Oh,
It's
well.
only gay.
It wasn't very polite.
Why you have to be mad? Have to be mad.
only game.
He's only gay. Why you
Only
have to be
games.
mad?
Is
Very
there,
nice.
If every region was turned peaceful, we wouldn't have an issue of consent.
or would
Then we
we?
wouldn't
Hey,
have RP.
we both know that that's not true.
Yeah. Both of those things are very true.
No. Okay, guys. What if we remove consent and replace it with needing all RP conflicts to be resolved through PvP?
Oh, I'd
Yeah,
rather
boys.
have consent.
Yeah, I'd rather have consent.
I liked where you were going with that, Lannis. Okay, we would remove consent, and then we wait for people to fall out with each other, and then when we get messaged, we roll a dice, and you know, whoever gets banned gets banned. Yeah.
I like it. We don't want unlucky people on our server anyway.
Don't blame it on us. Blame it on the dice. Sorry.
Exactly.
It's just how it works.
Perfect.
You're losing them. You're losing them.
Ghost, what is your favorite beer?
Well, what is my favorite? Oh God. I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot and say Budweiser.
You are
What?
disgusting.
Oh.
You are fucking
Yeah.
disgusting.
You know what?
What?
Okay. Wait. In his defense, of the blue ribbon beers, Budweiser's the best. What
Yeah,
do I mean by
no,
what do I mean by blue ribbon beers? It's a very specific classification. In America, it's the cheapest big name brands.
Does Budweiser even class as a beer though?
Yeah,
Probably not.
It's piss in a can.
it's
isn't
like
it?
it's like water.
Piss
It's
faucet.
water.
Well, yeah, piss faucet. But I'm saying of the blue ribbon beers, the cheap, big name brands, Budweiser's the best. Better than Keystone, better than
I don't know.
what's it
I had
called?
Pabst Blue Ribbon. I didn't think it was so bad.
better than Pabst.
No,
Don't make fun of Pabst, bro.
But I tell you what,
honestly,
right?
You know what? I witnessed
as
the
big.
rise of Pabst as a alternative beer. I remember back when it was a redneck beer and it was
Pabst is for patriotic Canadians. Please don't shit talk.
Oh, hey, how about that Molson's, eh?
You up for a
Jesus.
rip, bud?
Have you seen that TV show or Letterkenny?
Dude,
That
nah, I
TV
haven't
show is
seen it, but-
basically about all my neighbors.
That's fucking. Oh, it's so fucking funny, man. I was crying at that. I've only seen the sketches from it, like the cold opens that they put up on YouTube, but the one about like it's like a couple of hockey players came up the stand the other day, and then it's like, oh man, I'm not even gonna go. That had me in tears, man. I found that very funny.
Came up to the produce stand the other day.
Well, it's funny. There's a town in Ireland called Letterkenny, so I watched it thinking it was about Ireland, but it wasn't. It was better.
Here's a better question. Your favourite ale?
What's my favourite ale? My favourite ale currently is an ale by a local brewery. It's called Franciscan Well. I'm actually drinking from one of their glasses, and it's called Chieftain. It's a grapefruit ale, and it's unbelievable. It is amazing. It's
a grapefruit ale.
Yeah, I didn't know. It doesn't taste like grapefruit. It wasn't until someone said it to me that I was like, oh, okay. No, Overlord, I will not be your friend. Yeah, it's grapefruit ale. It's unreal. There's Chieftain and Rebel Red. Rebel Red is like a oh well, technically it's an IPA, so it doesn't count as an ale.
You bastard. Confusing IPAs and ales.
Oh, what am I like?
I asked you a simple question.
Like,
come at me with an IPA.
The hoppiness, man. The hoppiness gets me confused. My favorite ale, I don't know. I've got a lot. I've got a Fulcrum ale actually. Where's the bottle from it? It's here now. Fulcrum's pretty good. Guinness do a nice golden ale. There's a lot of like most of the ales I drink are specifically Irish brewed because that's how that kind of works.
Oh yeah.
So, but that's pretty good. You know what's good though?
My world is full of lager, ale, and cider. So if you come at me with what's my favorite beer question? I'm like, I don't know. Budweiser.
Well, no, like beer covers stout, ale, lager, and IPAs.
Want to be specific? Be specific.
Well, I give you.
Really you know what? I can't judge. I'm in a weird beer phase right now. I'm drinking sours.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
If you've ever had Warheads.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's kind of a weird that's what I never get about
they're like the most goddamn sour beer.
Why are you doing that to yourself?
You know what's good? Ghost. You'll have this in Britannia. Hobgoblin. It's made by a British
I've
brewing
heard of
company.
Hobgoblin.
It's so good, man.
I've even had it.
I'm drinking it right now. It's good. It's good.
Hobgoblin Brewery released Bar Humbug.
Yeah.
And that pretty much Hobgoblin, but that's a very nice drink to have over the Christmas holiday.
They also have this
Hobgoblin.
this weird ginger ale. They're like an alcoholic ale. Called it's called I don't know what it is, but the picture on it is like a dwarf. It's pretty good.
That's kind of like Hobgoblin, unless you're just describing Hobgoblin.
No, Hobgoblin's got a goblin on it.
Hobgoblin on it, yeah.
And this other one has a dwarf.
I think it's bizarre that I've actually had Hobgoblin. You're discussing a European beer that I've actually had. God help me.
Very good choice. I can always respect that. Unless you have it with dessert and then get out. Just leave.
What else is good? There's another good Irish one called Bow Bristle. It's quite good.
No, that's news to me.
But it's pretty
good. Apparently there's a question from Warwolf. He said, "What's your opinion on spirits? Any preferences?"
Oh, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of gin. I'm a big fan of gin. I love a good gin and tonic now.
Ooh, no, gin, I'm afraid.
No. The only one that gets me is tequila. No, absolutely no tequila. Not unless it's margaritas.
Oh yeah, I'm the same. Oh, unless it's Desperados, weirdly.
My only one is Jägermeister because this one time I had it and it didn't end well, and you have that one drink and it just doesn't end well, and every time you smell it after you're like and that's
everybody has that one. Everybody has one. You're allowed that one.
You're allowed one. The moment it starts venturing into 2 or 3 is like when it's dangerous, but one, Jägermeister is the one for me. Yeah, it didn't go well.
No, Jägermeister I could have 100 of them and I'd be dead, but it'd be nice.
It'd be a nice day.
Be a good way to go. good
Okay,
way to
buddy.
go.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of whiskey. I like a good whiskey.
Ah, wait. Which type?
Vodka, sorry.
Well, a lot of what we drink is would be Irish whiskey, so I'm a big fan of Jameson. It's not a bad whiskey. It's pretty good.
What is it? The E whiskey or the Y whiskey? There's whiskey with E, and then there's whiskey without E. Okay, American whiskey is WHISKEY, which is usually a blended rather than a single.
You know what? Let me Google. It's spelled with an EY. But
Okay, so it's the American Canadian version.
But I think all whiskies are spelled
No. There's a difference. There's a big difference between the two.
Wait 1 second.
I mean, I've seen commercial whiskey, like British commercial Scotch whiskey, spelled this way.
Yeah, I think we spell all whiskey EY here.
No, I did see whiskey with just Y.
I don't think I've ever seen whiskey with just. Oh, otherwise, I'm not paying attention.
Just a Y is Scottish whiskey.
Yeah, but I've seen Scotch whiskey spelled with EY as well.
No, but Powers is Scottish, and it's spelled with EY.
So I think it just depends on the commercial market, because sometimes depends how authentic they might want to.
Powers is Irish.
Anytime you add the E, it's referring to various American/Canadian whiskeys. And it's something to do with the distillation process, the stills, the use of peat, which is common in Scottish whiskies, the types of grains, so single and blended. So there are differences. There's just semantics to your average connoisseur, not average connoisseur, but your average drinker versus the connoisseur.
Okay, I trust you.
Your opinion on tulips?
My opinion on tulips? I'm kind of opinionless on tulips. I didn't know this.
Are they going to crash again?
Is this a controversial topic?
Favorite flower?
Orchids.
Orchids, that's a no.
It's a good flower, man.
Come on, guys. Now your opinion on E. coli.
E. coli is probably bad.
I like it.
It's beautiful. Keeps my gut running.
It's efficient.
I need those cultures of E. coli in my gut.
Okay. I want you to describe what is on your desk right now.
Ooh.
This is something that interests me every time I ask it, because I ask it sometimes on Skype calls, and it's interesting to see what other people have on their desk.
God damn it, let me hide all 20 dildos.
Yeah, that's... Oh wait, P.S. any tips for someone that wants to drink
20?
as to not have tell his friends?
I was wrong. That's nothing, that's just a beginner collection.
You don't even have that many holes.
Yeah, don't drink.
And then curves.
Okay, Overlord asks for any tips for someone that wants to drink as to not have to tell his friends the group has to go somewhere else, yet thinks...
What?
Okay, he's...
Tips for someone that wants to drink as to not have to tell his friends the group has to go somewhere else, yet thinks that alcohol tastes like water.
Okay, so I think
punctuation, man.
Just don't drink. Nobody cares.
Look, mate.
You could just drink water and pretend it's vodka.
I'll let you in on a secret. I don't like alcohol, and I'm Polish. Okay.
What?
It doesn't matter.
Like proof of both.
Alcohol.
Well, I was gonna say, what's your opinion on Russians claiming the origin of vodka?
Well, look. Russians can claim whatever the hell they want, okay? Russians claim Crimea, that's not theirs. So vodka isn't theirs either.
Jesus Christ.
Mic drop!
Talk about a fucking segue.
I've never heard such adamant defense against the Polish invention of vodka.
If there are any Russian people in this chat, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm offended, man.
But
you are not sorry in the slightest.
It's not Russian clay.
Dad doesn't have an H at the end, Overlord. Who even are you?
Who even is Overlord?
He's an old player.
Yeah, I recognize him. Don't worry, we're just...
Oh, it's Frost.
Yeah, dude, what's up?
Bloody Frost.
Frost, if that's...
Frost, what's on your desk? Frost, what's on your desk?
Okay. Mouse pad. My goddamn, 2 monitors. My guitar book, and my phone. Yeah, I got a pretty boring desk.
Is that a book that doubles as a guitar, or is that a book that teaches you how to play guitar?
Well, I know how to play guitar. It's just got a bunch of interesting licks in here. Major pain in the ass. Keeps me fresh.
I really wished it was a book that doubled as a guitar.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
Okay.
Okay, now next birthday. Remind me.
On my desk, going from left to right, is a bottle of, an empty glass that contained Hobgoblin a moment ago. I've got this like turtle that's made of like bottle caps and wire. It's pretty cool. Well, it's a tortoise. It's not a turtle. Sorry, my bad. There's an empty bottle of Hobgoblin. It's sitting on top of my notebook. Then is a controller. Then is my watch. Then is a bunch of hair bobbles and my remote. Some SD cards. Some coasters. A thing of coffee. A beetle thing. My computer. And some books on Renaissance art and poems. And my wallet. And an incense. There you go. That's my desk.
You've got a lot of stuff in your desk, man.
Well, it's like I've got a desk and then a return desk. Do you know what I mean? So it's like there's like the desk and then there's like a big desk that goes to the right, down, back, past my chair. So that's where most of the stuff is.
I see.
There's like drawers and shelves and shit. In the shelves are like my vinyls and a statue and some more things and a Rubik's cube and some empty beer bottles that like I've washed out and kept preserved because they've got cool labels.
Nifty.
Arch, what is on your desk? I don't know if you said it, but I remember you mentioning your 20 dildos and then you...
No, I don't actually have dildos. I recently moved, so my desk is more disgusting than decorated. I have leftover bowl and spoon from earlier when I ate today. I have my badge for work. I have my insurance bill, which actually, I don't know why they send it to me because I have an electronic payment. I have some change. I have my keyboard, mouse, and 2 screens. I have a certificate here for a free car wash. I need to use that. Yeah, I have some packing tape. Why? Mini Eiffel Tower. I think my father picked it up in France. I never bought one because they were super expensive. Why the hell would you waste the money? But yeah, basically that's all that I have on my desk. Behind me on a different counter, I have my Xbox 360, my Xbox One, as well as my 4K television.
4K is a sham.
I know it's a sham.
It's a fucking joke.
It is a sham.
It is a fucking joke. The amount of
but
people...
it's really funny because I'll get things like from standard definition on the 4K TV, and it looks like it was recorded with like, a basic camcorder. It's really funny.
But like television is broadcast in standard definition. It's like, oh fuck, hey, people, and then like I've got people like so.
See, but the thing is, most of my cable is actually HD.
Okay, but still HD is
yeah,
like...
but they only broadcast in 1080i and not 1080p.
I know.
I've like okay, so I do like a lot of work for like event coverage and advertising, so commercials and stuff. And the amount of people that say, "Oh, can I get 4K? Do you shoot in 4K? Do you make 4K videos?" It's like, yeah, but man, you're paying like more money for less stuff because you're not going to be able to show it anyway because you've got a standard definition television. It's such a fucking gimmick. And now, don't get me started on that shit.
They've stopped making TVs with 3D capabilities now.
I was about to say, I can't wait until 3D catches on in TVs.
People clock that nobody wants their TV to go 3D.
Wait. This reminds me. What do you guys think's going to happen with VR?
VR is going to be used, and it's the next gimmick.
That's it.
It's
like, is it a gimmick or is it finally here to stay?
No, it's not. I don't think it's ready yet. Until they sort out this issue with the fucking resolution, it's not going to stick because people are just too close to the screen.
People need a VR console, like the Piston from Steam. Just make a VR version of that. make it a reasonable price and that can actually run, it won't be a gimmick.
I think it will stay because of the amount of money that Valve is pouring into making it work. Like the resolution issue, Valve recently made a statement that they pretty much about to fix it.
I think
Like-
the greatest problem that nobody expected was movement.
I think no, you know
Motion
what?
sickness.
I think it has a great application in certain things. I think
porn.
like porn, dude. I got a Google Glass. I'm not like no, I didn't get a Google Glass. Like Google sent me out one of those Google Cardboard things, and 10 minutes after getting it, I was like, so porn? It's like not even like I looked at like they give you this.
Oh, the
app.
Japanese have already made something.
Yeah, they like they.
Don't ask me how I know, but yes, they've made something.
They give you like this app where it's like, oh, you look at like gorillas and stuff in the wildlife, and you look underwater, and like I remember taking it off my eyes, and I was like, okay, let's see if there's anything else, and it's straight away it's to porn and to
Well, think about it this way: sex sells for almost any industry. If you can integrate sex into the VR industry, it'll survive.
And a wildlife preservation.
Why not both?
Why not both? Asks Cap. I say yes. But yeah, I think VR could stay, but like it's only going to be in very very specific mediums. I don't think it's the thing that everybody thinks it's going to be. Actually, on the concept of 3D television, Sony came out with a 3D TV ages ago that you could play split screen multiplayer on full screen by using 3D glasses to only pick up one of the signals.
Oh, that's nuts.
That's fucking dope, man. That 10 years ago.
Thing is, nobody makes fucking co-op games anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you
On
really
the
missed
No,
out on that.
I miss co-op. I miss playing on the couch with my friends.
So do I,
Yeah.
and that was like that stops like fucking screen watching, man. That stops poaching.
I think it's just because consoles just aren't developing quick enough. They can't. I mean, they're barely rendering games at like medium graphics on PC, and then like they can't even have like a second player on there
Yeah,
most of the time.
I think.
Probably an unpopular opinion, but there will always be FIFA. That is the ultimate co-op game
It
right
is,
now for
that's true.
consoles.
But that's never like that's not like split screen co-op. That's like FIFA. Is,
No, but that's what makes it good. Everybody can jump into it and sit around the couch and be fine.
That's true. Conflicting
land.
opinion. How about Pez?
Yeah, no, I guess they're the same, except I think Pez is a little glitchier, which makes for a better game because it's funny.
Yeah, I kind of also miss co-op. I miss playing co-op. I miss being like blaming the reason that you're doing terribly is because the other person's screen watching, even though you both know that like the reason you're doing terribly is because you're bad.
Yeah, the guy who waits at a corner knowing that you're coming around.
Yeah,
That's part of the game, though.
yeah.
Well, the whole
Fun.
idea was
That makes you a
to
scumbag.
the whole point was to out screen watch the screen watcher.
It's you have to. It's an art. You get it down, but it's an art.
Well, if you get too good through using it, people know.
But
The idea
also,
is to hide.
it impacts like being able to perform well online. What is your favorite genre of music? Asks Overlord again. My favorite genre of music is I'm a big fan of folk music, so kind of Irish folk and also like British new indie folk is quite cool.
Yay!
Like,
Shout out to the Brits.
so like people like Ben Harrod and stuff. I'm a big fan of. I'm also a fan of like I'm not quite sure what the genre is, but like alt J, that kind of music. I like that kind of stuff. It's good.
Crash.
Oh, ow, Jesus, right to the core. No, I'm gonna see alt J this summer. I'm excited. I'm really really excited.
Their shows are apparently very good.
Yeah, they do good stuff because because the guy is like such a terrible singer and he rocks it. That like it's unreal live because there's no difference whatsoever with the recordings because the guy like I don't know if many of you have heard Alt J sing, but the guy like sings this like illegible voice that like you have to look up the lyrics before you can understand what he's saying, but it doesn't change anything. It doesn't. It's like the live performance is just as good as their recorded performance. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm bringing the lady friend. I'm gonna have a break of pints afterwards. and it will be enjoyable. Yes, Reagan, you can be my lady friend. Mr. Polo says all J's apparently indie rock.
Oh.
I don't think they're indie. They're not rock though. They're kind of like indie electronic or something. I don't know.
I'm just quoting Wikipedia. Don't shoot the messages.
Oh my god, Wikipedia is terrible when it comes to music.
Yeah, it's so vague. And Ghost, what is your favorite kind of music? And answer, because I must go get another beer, and so whatever is said, I will not be able to monitor. So you know.
Dude, Ghost loves death metal, man.
Nice.
Gross,
I'll be back.
What?
I have a soft spot for death
All right,
metal.
all
There's a
right. This
difference.
is now the
Right.
Ask Lannis Anything chat.
We would if he was here.
Damn.
Oh, Lenny's left. I was gonna call him fucking trash for this RP that's going on right now.
He lost the title Good Boy now.
Ugh.
Oh, I don't know. You can bring it back. No, I got a soft spot for all music. Death metal, rock, pop, occasionally. Yeah.
Hey, why not death and black metal? Although I kind of like.
How about melodic?
I don't
death
listen
metal?
to too much black metal. I mean, I get Behemoth used to be black metal, and Archgoat as well. Oh, they're more like war metal, I guess.
They do a lot of Eden recently. Don't know if there are any Eden fans. He's alright. Yeah, what happened with the RP and Mocking Bay?
Easter ruined it.
I went too late and then I went AFK, so.
I have returned
He has.
with more beer.
All right. I feel ashamed. I originally said that when you left, it was Ask Lannis Anything, and I didn't realize that he had left. He's no longer the good boy.
Oh, Lannis has left. When did he leave?
I don't know.
That's
He crashed. He crashed a bit ago.
That's a bummer. So are we just
So
still?
K9, what is your favorite color and why isn't it blue?
What is my favorite color? I am.
Say green.
That's a toughie.
Yeah, say green.
Why isn't it? When I was younger, my favorite color was blue with any consideration. But I think that I'm old enough to not have a favorite color, except probably black.
You don't grow out of having a favorite color.
I don't know. Do you? I'm all about this orange and black thing. I think orange and black go exceedingly well together.
If you're watching like one of those GIFs where it starts with like 5 balls and you vote on one and it like which one will get to the finish line first.
It's blue. It's blue.
Bloody blue, mate. You got to pick your favorite color.
Which is my favorite film from the Lord of the Ring trilogy.
Two Towers.
Oh fuck, that's hard.
That is hard. That is fucking super hard. I'm gonna say Return of the King.
Gross.
Ugh.
You know what?
No, he's right.
Normal cut always.
Absolutely.
So Overlord 2304 asks normal cut or director's cut. I don't know if it's for Lord of the Rings, but normal cut always. Director's cut is fucking. I don't get that trend. I hate it. It removes the idea of an editor. It's shit because directors.
Oh, I thought we were just talking about Lord of the Rings.
I think in general people prefer it because they feel like they've been denied something, and so a director's cut throws back in that stuff.
Yeah, because
even if it messes with the general flow of the film.
So like
have you guys seen Kingdom of Heaven?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Director's cut is the only way to watch that movie. It's a terrible movie without the director's cut. It's unwatchable without it.
I think
Yeah, Warwolf has it down.
Look, no, I'll explain why
Okay.
Warwolf is wrong, right? So Warwolf says, just for the context, director's cut are nice because, you filmed the scene, why waste it? There's 3 stages of storytelling when making a film. There's the writing of the film, so that's the first stage. A writer writes something and they have a certain idea. A director takes that and then shoots it. They make the film, and that's when the second stage of storytelling comes along, because you might be on set and you think, what works much better, there's kind of a different atmosphere, a different flow. That's the second stage of storytelling. So you can easily see between those 2 things the differences between the story. And the third stage is then the edit. And when the editor gets something and they cut it together, it becomes a completely different story again. And so the reason that the normal cut is 99% of the time is much better is because there's a term when you're making a film called killing your babies, which is every director has a scene or a shot or a moment that they're like, this is the best moment of this film, and it needs to go. It always needs to be gone. There should be no moment of the film where there's like a shot or something where you're like, oh my god, the general public shouldn't be able to see that. So the normal cut is always going to be better, in my opinion, the director's cut, because a director shouldn't be an editor. And if a director's cut is better than the editor's cut, then either the director was not involved in the edit, which means that they were fired before the edit, or it was a bad editor. And so, you filmed the scene, why waste it? Often it suits the narrative better, or it might start a backstory that you don't finish. So you might see in a film sometimes something's mentioned and then it's never finished, and that might just be because they shot this scene thinking it was relevant at the time, or when the script was written they thought it was relevant, but when you saw the flow of the film together, it just became kind of nuisance to the watcher. So always normal cut. But then sometimes, I know, it's nice to hear director's commentary on stuff as well.
I was gonna say, there's always a devil's advocate to that. It's there are many instances where the progression of a film feels hasty, or there's something that's missing, and there's unresolved bits, and occasionally in the director's cut there will be explanation to those things.
Absolutely, you're dead right, 100% right. But I feel that so when editing a film, the director should always be there. And if it's resolved in the director's cut, that's the fault of the director in the edit, because the director the goal of a director in a film is never to organize it or behind the camera. Director it's always about the performance of the actors and making sure the story is being told. So if you go into post-production and you're editing it and you find that in a director's cut something else is included, that sometimes you'll see things where there's a bit of backstory and you're like, I wonder why that was there, and they further it, and that's fair enough. But if there's ever if there's ever a C story or a D story in it, and that's resolved in a director's cut, then that's the fault of the director for not giving everything to the cut.
But I think what we're arguing is, basically an artistic purity versus actual result.
How do you mean?
What I mean by that is, you're right, the director should be in that process, but this is in real life, that doesn't always happen, and so you do need the finished end result that is a corrected version.
Yeah, but that's then by implication that's because of a bad director. So if you watch a film and there's a director's cut and it's not that there's more resolution, because the director's cut will always have more time. You have to pay for your time in a theater, and so the edited version will always be shorter than the director's version because they don't have to pay for the extra time on a DVD. But if the story is lacking something that is resolved in a director's cut, then that's the fault of the director for not being able to tell a story correctly.
What's your favorite film, K9?
My favorite film is...
Yeah, good question.
Midnight in Paris.
Oh, that's a good film. But my favorite film is definitely We Need to Talk About Kevin, by a director called...
That is a good one.
Lynn Ramsey. She's Scottish director, and she went to the school actually that I'm hoping to do my masters in, the National Film and Television School. It was really, really good. I think Lynn Ramsey is a great director because she's very good at telling things visually, which is really important in a film. So if you look at the start of We Need to Talk About Kevin, when the mom wakes up, everything's so red, and she's tripping over pills and bottles and stumbling out of bed, and her house is splattered with red paint. And I think you can deduce how the film is going to end from the opening scene, but you're never really quite sure. And I think that's why it makes my favorite film.
Favorite TV series?
Game of Thrones. Cliched answer, but
Oh come on, Battle of the Two Bastards is.
no, actually, you know what? Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
You've seen Pacific?
Yeah, have you seen Generation Kill yet? That one's good.
Those are both like very good too.
Oh, that's the Pacific.
Was Generation Kill made by the same people who did Pacific and Band of Brothers?
I think so.
I prefer Band of Brothers over Pacific because Pacific is like a lot less connected, which I understand is a artistic choice to show sort of how the War in the Pacific sort of went down as a island battle and shit. But
I agree, Band of Brothers is better than.
But yeah, Band of Brothers is a lot more focused because of its nature.
I also think that like the scene, the concentration camp scene in Band of Brothers is probably one of the most powerful scenes in television history.
I haven't finished it yet.
Well, there's just a scene.
It's been out for a few years.
Yeah. I think there's a scene in it where they visit the concentration camp. Okay, spoiler alert, right? The Allies win World War II. I'm not sure.
At the end, they save Private Ryan. Actually.
Oh God! Fuck! I was rooting for the Nazis. See?
Oh no!
Let's go kill some Nazis.
Polish answer.
Oh nine!
Jesus Christ!
I was hoping they'd annihilate my country. Huh.
But yeah, there's a scene in it where the Band of Brothers, as it is, discovers a concentration camp, and it's genuinely it moved me a huge amount, just how it was, and it's not because of anything in particular. It's just because of everything that's in that scene. It's just I genuinely think it's probably one of the most powerful scenes in television history. I think it's unbelievable.
I would have pinned your favorite show on Black Mirror.
I haven't seen Black Mirror.
Really?
I think Black Mirror's good, but I think it's inconsistent. Like some episodes are like way better than the other ones. So I couldn't say it's like. I couldn't say like it would be like my favorite show. Or...
Black Mirror is the Twilight Zone one, right?
Yeah, they've brought a director back 3 times, and they have consistently made the best Black Mirror episodes out of the 3 seasons. They keep having to bring him back.
I swear to God, The Walking Dead would be like a gazillion times better if fucking HBO did it instead of A2.
I think it would have been better had they actually focused on, rebuilding society rather than a drama.
You know what was a huge missed opportunity, and actually I mentioned this a couple of years ago when I first started out, and Sherbert pointed it out to me, that there's a show called Revolution, which is about there's like the electricity stops working.
Oh yeah, the power goes out.
Yeah, and then it goes 10 years later, and it's like fuck man, imagine how cool that would have been, those 10 years. And I get that they wanted to like do the 10 years later, but they did it. I can't even say they did it well because it's not that great of a show, but like that 10 years in between could have been so amazing. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine like living without electricity? Like, we depend so much on it for everything, like our water, our food, our transport, our means of survival depends on electricity, and I think that could have been showed in a very, very cool way.
Probably go back to burning ants in my backyard.
Nice.
Magnifying glass, man. Magnifying glass.
Yeah.
What are you gonna burn them with if you have a? Oh wait, no. What am I talking about? No, never mind. Ignore me.
Fire.
Electric magnifying glasses. The electric sun.
The world.
It's in the future where like all the magnifying glasses are battery powered or something.
But like all magnifying glasses are made with electricity. Like machines make them. You know what I mean? Like everything.
Know where I was going with that.
When the electricity comes out, they just come and take all our magnifying glasses away. That would happen.
Damn government confiscated my stuff.
We have found that we need to keep magnifying glasses out of schools.
Gonna make magnifying magnifying great again.
I think
We have found them to be on par as far as danger is concerned with bears.
But if you take the magnifying glasses, what are you going to do about the grandmas that still have their magnifying glasses, man? Huh? What you going to...
Oh no, this is too real.
Most people get magnifying glasses illicitly from the streets.
But Jesus.
I think
They're not
every
sending their
teacher
best
should
magnifying
have
glasses.
Magnifying glasses. Every
The
teacher
best
should have
magnifying glasses are made right here in the goddamn US of A.
You're damn right, partner.
And they will be made here again.
I'm bringing back our jobs.
The magnifying glass industry has suffered for too long.
Those Mexicans claim to make the best goddamn magnifying glasses. I say we prove them wrong.
Those goddamn Mexicans, they can't make any magnifying glasses better than us. What the hell are they talking about?
We've just ruined K9's AMA with our jokes.
with like satire that's just a little bit too real and like valid flaws being pointed out, and you're like, oh, what do I do now? What do I do?
Alright, have you seen Hell or High Water? Have you seen that movie?
Oh, great movie. Excellent movie.
Yeah, I fucking love that movie, man.
Same writer as Sicario.
Yeah, Sicario's also really good.
Sicario is a great movie. Actually, two movies that I need to go see soon are Manchester by the Sea and Moonlight. I'm very, very excited.
Oh, Manchester by the Sea is so depressing.
I've been told. I've been told.
Casey Affleck's underrated. He's getting overshadowed by his brother.
Okay, I'm going to ask a question now that maybe. Oh wait, seeing as we've covered favorite films and TV shows, favorite video game is currently The Witcher 3. I'm playing through it.
Emperor.
I'm playing through it again.
I think Paula's found something.
It's such
Hello?
a great game.
What?
It's
You were the one going ooh.
it's
Yeah, Witcher 3. It's the best game ever.
it is it's unbelievable, and also it's made in Poland, so you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Witcher 3 is probably my favorite video game. That being said, I don't know. Also, kind of, I'm gonna have to say Minecraft because of the experiences I've had through it. Not because I like the game specifically, but because of the people I've met through it.
You're not on the clock. You don't need to say Minecraft.
No, I hate you all. Like, I hate.
My favorite
I actually kind
video
of like
game
Minecraft.
server is Hollowworld.
Because
That is
Earn
good.
that paycheck.
no,
I also like the Hollowworld.
Me too.
You as well?
Yes, me too.
What else can I do to get on the dick sucking train?
Well, you can't
Now
see
let us
behind
band
Archbishop
together
stole us
and
with a gun.
donate.
We should vote and upvote again and again the Hollowworlds.
I am only having the most fun when I am donating to the server.
I know. I think the reason because I like Minecraft so much is because not a lot of my friends, but like the person that I spend the most time talking to now, I didn't meet them through Hollowworld. I met them through a different server, but I'm still buddies with them 5 years later. You know what I mean? And I think there's people like on every community I've ever been part of has led to me being permanently good friends with them. Whereas like a game that I prefer playing, like Counter-Strike, has not led to such relationships. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
you
you don't trust me.
Because you realize your friend is shit at Counter-Strike. He is bad American. You know, he's not good, my friend.
It's because they don't drop AVP is all.
Drop AVP for me, man.
No,
Speaking of Counter-Strike, what's your favorite shooter? Because Witcher 3 is a very long RPG game. Like, you like COD or what?
Yeah, when I was younger, I was mad into Call of Duty. I was entering tournaments and shit. I was dope at that game. But I was like also.
Yeah, I love.
No younger than 18.
But I kind of.
I love Halo.
I stopped playing. The Witcher is not a first-person shooter. You fucking plebeian. Jesus Christ, man! Way to fucking ruin this whole AMA. It's
the
gone
only
now.
game I
God
had left
damn it, he
was-
ruined it.
Next thing you know, there's gonna be a
Halo
Witcher
3
trailer.
ODST. I could play that game for like the rest of my life and not get bullied.
With my
The ODST is underrated, man. That was good.
Yeah, ODST and Reach are both underrated. For Halo games, that is. They're still super popular, but
my favorite
I had
first-person
a
shooter.
love-hate relationship with ODST.
ODST was so good.
I so like first-person shooter in the regard that like online, like the main basis is that kind of online interaction. So not like Borderlands, but like Call of Duty, Counter Strike, that kind of thing. Right? That's what you meant.
I've been playing too much Overwatch. Good.
I think I'm a big fan currently of Bad Company 2.
Oh God.
I'm playing a
You're
lot
beautiful.
I'm playing a lot of Bad Company 2. I like it's a good game.
Is there still a scene for it?
There is, dude. It's fucking huge online. I didn't
Yeah.
know there was.
Yeah.
Because I was
See,
thinking of getting it
Dude,
so many
the
times.
camp-
Because
See, I stopped playing Battlefield really after that because I didn't like 3 a whole lot. It
No,
felt
neither
way
did
too
I.
different.
I am, but no.
Yeah,
dude,
the
it's huge.
story in Bad Company 2 is actually good.
Yeah,
How do you feel about Battlefield 1, K9?
I think
No Irish DLC, sadly.
no. There should be an Irish company DLC because it's so important to fucking Easter Rising would have never happened without World War One. And it's anyway.
they should do a DLC about the Irish trying to make an uprising, but
Yeah,
then just
Provo
could you,
DLC.
could you imagine like a Dublin 1916 DLC? That would be class. Because it always ends with the British winning.
Controversial. I don't think they could sell that in like the UK. I don't know how controversial that still is over
To
there.
be honest, the British don't give a shit.
They sailed a warboat up a river to blow up a building. That shit's controversial as fuck, man. Like that's like
For Ireland, but Britain doesn't give a damn. Britain's like,
I
The
still
Irish
kinda
bomb. The Irish bombed us in the 80s.
I still kind of like Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1.
But I
So
think
Battlefield 4 at launch was really bad, but like that game really picked up. The multiplayer in that game is fucking insane.
I can't
Hey
think of
guys, what about Hardline?
Oh man, no, you can't forget the best edition of Battlefield, dude. Can't
Hardline,
believe
man. You know what? Actually,
in Miami?
what was that? What was that game by Bethesda that was like a parkour first-person shooter?
Skyrim.
Brink.
Brink.
God, that
Brink
game
was-
was so
Brink
fucking
was good.
bad.
I
I
actually
would
liked
defend
Brink.
Brink.
Okay,
I would defend
that
Brink.
is the most unpopular opinion I hold.
I
actually
Brink
like
I
Brink.
loved
It's
Brink.
installed on my laptop right now. I love Brink.
I loved
I don't
Brink
like
so
Brink.
much.
No one
When it
plays
came out,
Brink.
I hated Brink. I was overseas, so I had to pay like $20 of like fucking import taxes, so it was cost me like $80 to get that game. It was so fucking glitchy. I got really
Okay,
pissed off.
that's not worth it. Brink is like worth $10. Not
Yeah, okay. I guess if I got it like years later for like $10, I guess I could say.
No,
like,
dude, I loved Brink so much, man. I was so disappointed by how much that game flopped because I was like, this is the future of first-person shooters, man. I just think that they just executed it poorly.
Dude, I really like the customization of that game.
Do you
I think I
remember,
spent like half my time customizing.
Do you remember Haze? Was it Haze? That the PlayStation exclusive where like there's something about like honey or some shit. It was like everybody was wearing like yellow face masks and stuff.
Haze is the one where they all look like bumblebees. That's all I remember from it.
Dude, Haze was unreal.
That was a good game.
Oh yeah, that game. Yeah.
But that was the one with like the underground people or something, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that?
Haze was the one that like you took like there was something called pollen or something. I don't know. Haze might be getting a sequel. Or what was it? What was that dinosaur hunting game? Actually, it wasn't Troy.
Turok is the dinosaur game.
Oh fuck! Original N64 Turok.
That was fucking.
It's
dope.
aged like milk, but goddamn, that was a
It's so good.
defining game.
So good.
How do you feel about the Crisis games?
You know what, dude? I like Crisis a lot. I just feel like, I feel like that's unpopular as well. There's something about Crisis
Every single
game.
Crisis game I've owned has broken my Xbox, so I'm kind of biased against it.
I never had problems with Crisis. Actually, I really like Crisis, and they were always like way ahead over their competitors in terms of graphically, at least.
Well, hell, even the first Crisis still looks decently good.
Yeah. Crisis 3 still looks pretty good. But yeah, Crisis 2, I think that's the best one.
I think Crisis is a good game. I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's quite good. I'm a fan of Crisis. You know what? I'm a fan of actually just Crisis, Crytek, Far Cry. I'm a big fan of Far Cry.
Oh, I love Far Cry.
I haven't played Far Cry 4 though.
4 is better than 3, in my opinion.
Oh really? See,
The story is but I like the actual gameplay. I like it better. It fleshes it out more.
Yeah, antagonist.
Antagonist is great.
Troy Baker, very
Like,
funny.
like the thing I liked about Far Cry 3 so much is like when you were burning that guy's weed field and like they were playing Bundem by
The Skrillex song
yeah,
comes on.
and then when you're in the chopper and they're playing Chariots of Fire, and you're
Ba-da-bum,
like,
bum, bum, ba-da-bum,
but
bum,
that's like,
bum,
I remember
bum.
I was in a Skype call with a buddy of mine at the time, and I was like, this is the greatest mission of all time because Chariots of Fire and the mission lasted the exact same amount of time. You know what I mean? With like the weed one, Bundem ended quite quickly. You know what I mean? You still had like 3 fields to go or something, but with Chariots of Fire, it ended and it faded out. You know what I mean? It was perfect. It was well executed, and it was just such a great old mission. Yeah, I think that was quite a good game. You know what? I'm going to continue on the segue of what's Mass Effect trilogy thoughts, and then ending for number 3. I picked green, and I'm excited for Andromeda, and I hope it's good because I have a huge crush on Natalie Dormer, and I will pay €100 to play that game just to hear her talk to me. That's it.
You know what's a game I wish to last longer? Fucking Tribes Ascend.
Yeah, dude.
Tribes is good.
Man,
Tribes is very good.
Tribes is gone. Like it's gone now. It's not even. It's just gone.
No scene for it.
Dude, yeah, High-Res just literally.
That's disappointing. That's really disappointing.
Because of Smite, they started making Smite, and then they just stopped giving a shit about Tribes Ascend. They just left it.
I think they've closed the servers down and everything.
Oh really?
I know. I think I remember because I had the Tribes launcher. And I think I remember getting a notification about it on it. I think Tribes is gone now. You know what I mean? Like actually, there's some like torrented servers and stuff. But I think the official servers are just they're just gone. But anyway, Tribes was a great game.
Doesn't seem to be anything about Tribes Ascend being closed down. They released the final patch on September.
Oh yeah, it's still up, but they basically just try to cash in by saying, "Oh, you can pay like a couple $1 and like unlock everything and crap," and it's so dumb. Kind of makes me sad.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to Andromeda.
Anyways, I gotta go, so I'll see you guys later.
Frost, take care, my friend. Thank you for coming along. This went on quite long, and I'm happy you came.
Yeah, I'll be back pretty soon. Enjoy your AMA, dude.
Take care, my friend.
Adios.
Cake or pie?
Cake. Because pie over here is savory.
Is it?
Yeah, so pie over here is like potato
You
pie.
get pie.
Well,
meat
yeah,
pie.
but you can have apple pie.
Yeah, but
I love a good meat pie.
yeah, but like I don't know, like
I
when
mean,
someone says,
we have savory pies too. It's just.
but like
I think.
like when I say pie, like when I was in America, pie was always sweet stuff. It was like
Yeah, it's always sweet. At least here.
But when like if somebody says pie to me here, it's like steak and kidney.
Look,
Mince.
you guys consider biscuits to be savory, so just saying you might be wrong on some things.
But I'm gonna continue on the segue before we go on about your favorite and who is your favorite director?
Wes Anderson.
A buddy of mine, a really good buddy of mine,
I
is a
like Wes.
huge fan of Wes Anderson, and he kind of I actually hadn't watched Wes Anderson until the start of last year, and he showed me a whole bunch of them. My first one was what's the one with the scout running away?
That's I know the name. Moonrise Kingdom. That's one of my favorites.
That is probably one of my favorite because it's a storybook, and I loved it so much because the scene where the lightning strikes the tower and they're all hanging off the tower, and it shows it. It's such a great film. It's because it kind of really does show the power of a visual medium, that you don't always have to show the truth. You know, that you can remove information and change information, that it becomes a storybook. That like when the kid gets struck by lightning and he wakes up, you know what I mean? Like if that was a true film, he would have been dead, but he kind of just wakes up with a black face, and I just think it's such a great expression of the visual medium.
These movies feel to me like I feel to me they're the closest thing you can get to a book in movie form.
Yeah, I agree. I think it even goes a step further, that they're better than books because they're such like books. Do you know what I mean? I feel like each time I watch a Wes Anderson film, I'm Like I remember like I had a bunk bed when I was younger, and every time I watch a Wes Anderson film, I'm sitting on my bunk bed and my mom is reading me a story. Do you know what I mean? It's like every time, without fail, it's like a storybook. It's like, and I love that. It's a good old kind of return to.
I think my favorite Wes Anderson movie would be Life Aquatic.
That's a good film. That's my buddy's favorite Wes Anderson film. He says it's not the best Wes Anderson film, but it's his favorite Wes Anderson film. Is what he says.
I agree. Grand Budapest is a better movie.
Yeah.
I just don't like it as much as Life
Oh,
Aquatic.
Grand Budapest is a good film.
Also, just Bill Murray. It's like the only thing I don't like about Wes Anderson is he just returns to the same actors over and over again, and I kind of don't like that about it. It's nice, it's endearing because it seems like it's like the Fantastic Five or something that is always the same characters. But at the same time, I feel like he could use new actors because of his directing style is so specific that he could use new actors in such a powerful way. And whenever he does use unknown actors, they do so well in it. And I feel like he could do really, really well with that, but he just doesn't. But Sherlock, he makes good films.
And what are your thoughts on Edgar Wright?
Edgar Wright, I don't really have many thoughts on Edgar Wright. I kind of.
What movies has Edgar Wright done?
Like the one thing I do really like Edgar Wright does. The one thing I will say about Edgar Wright, right? He does the best travel scenes of all time. And I think every famous painting does an excellent video on his visual comedy and his traveling.
It's the shots of his phone as he loses signal and gets further away from civilization.
I'm a big fan of like Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead and World's End anyway. So I can't say anything bad about Edgar Wright, but I'm just kind of indifferent about him.
Have you seen what's the animated movie he did? Tintin. Have you seen Tintin?
I have seen Tintin. That's quite good. I think it's a good rendition of Tintin as well, because I think Tintin is quite like a well-known character. That it's a good. I think he did it justice. But it's always weird to see a live-action director go into animation because it's a very, very different medium. And so, like Roger Deakins, DOP by name of Roger Deakins, he's kind of done a lot of like really, really well-known films. He did Skyfall, he did Sicario. Somebody mentioned Sicario earlier. He did. Yeah, he did Shawshank Redemption. But he also did How to Train Your Dragon. That was his film.
Right.
And it's just weird to see that he went into that. You know what I mean? Like that he went from such beautiful films to animation, and that like how that changes how he works. But I think that's always interesting.
But How to Train Your Dragon was a paycheck.
Say again.
He got a lot of money for 1 and 2.
Absurd amount of money. Like he did Hail Caesar, but Hail Caesar's terrible. Like he did it just for the money. You know what I mean? Like Hail Caesar is a fucking shit film.
Tell nowadays when things are paycheck. Have you seen the trailer for Fist Fight?
No, I haven't.
That is a film about Charlie Day and Ice Cube and their teachers, and they're going to get into a fist fight after school. That's the entire premise.
You know what? I can't look at Ice Cube anymore after Rick and Morty.
21 Jump Street?
No, Rick and Morty, where he's like, I care now.
That's Ice Cube. That's Ice Cube.
Oh shit!
That's a different dude.
Is it Ice T or is it Ice Cube?
Ice T is the guy from Law and Order. Ice Cube is the guy from 22 Jump Street.
Oh fuck, man!
GG.
Oh,
that's changed. Oh,
just be ice floating through space.
To be honest with you, I couldn't even. Oh fuck, man. Fuck Ice T.
You can look at Ice Cube normally again. That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. I can go watch Are We There Yet again.
Ice T though. Have you ever watched Law and Order?
I have watched Law and Order, yeah.
Show.
It's a funny old thing. But I think my favorite director would probably have to be this Quebec director actually by the name of Xavier Dolan. But it's like Xavier Dolan because he's French Canadian. but he was like acting when he was like 4, and like he wasn't getting jobs when he was like 17 or 18, and so he's like, I'm just gonna make a movie that I act in, and it was I Killed My Mother, and it's probably one of the best films I've ever seen. And then he made a film about a transgender teacher called Lawrence Always, and that was amazing. And then he has a film called Mommy, which is shot entirely in an 1-to-1 aspect ratio, except the final, I think it's the final scene, one of the last scenes, the lead character is like skateboarding, and Oasis Wonderwall is playing in the background, and the character reaches out and he pulls the aspect ratio open, and it opens into widescreen 16:9, and it's like, yes, it's such a great scene, and it's just such a great film. And he did a film called Tom at the Farm, which is about a gay guy going to his boyfriend's funeral, but nobody at his boyfriend's funeral knows who he is, so his boyfriend never told his family about him, and it's about trying to deal with that. And he's got a lot of cool stuff. He's one.
You haven't watched Manchester by the Sea, have you?
No,
I'm going to.
I'm going to see it soon.
You go watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about it.
I want you to get back to me at least and say if he deserves the Oscar in what is it? A couple of days? 2 days? 1 day?
Soon enough. Actually, yeah, soon
It's
enough.
next weekend or something. It's like really soon.
Really, really soon.
When are the Oscars?
The Oscars last year.
They're tomorrow. They're tomorrow night.
Yeah.
There you go.
It feels to me like the Oscars this year, the Best Picture is literally make the films specifically for Best Picture. It's not like, it's like all of the films seem to check the boxes of this is the film made for Best Picture, and it's not anything else.
That's kind of always how it is though, because the director.
I mean, yes and no, because I mean, like, was it year before last we had Mad Max, and we had films that were meant to be films, and then they got nominations after. But this year it just feels like all of them are.
The thing is about the Oscars is that
I get what you mean.
Like the Best Picture is never actually the Best Picture, because of how the Oscars work. Is that the Academy voters, right, are paid off essentially. So
yeah, you have to make a good impression on them.
Yeah, so the producers, the executive producers of a film, the executive producer. An executive producer is just somebody who pays loads of money to make the film, and all they really get is the returns on the investment. So like whatever the film makes will be returned to the executive producer. And the thing about that is that the executive producer will pump loads and loads of money into getting an Oscar award. So when they get awarded with stuff, they're already providing the voters with lush and extravagant packages, and then the voters are influenced by who gives them the most stuff. So the Oscars are just kind of more of a sham than anything else. But I don't know, it's never a bad film that wins it, but it's definitely never the best film. Like, I think if you want to see the best film, look at like the Cannes jury pick. You know what I mean? That tends to be the best film of a year, is whichever the jury pick at Cannes.
When Psycho lost, I think that's the most famous example, isn't it?
100%.
I mean, what was it running up against? Because I can't remember, but it was just
nobody knows. You know what I mean? Like it
wasn't that great movies that Psycho was going against.
Like nobody ever knows. You know what I mean? It's like 1960 was Psycho. 1960 Best Picture Award, Academy Award. Here we go. So we'll see what it was. It was Ben-Hur. Which is when a rich Jewish prince, Judah Ben-Hur, is framed for a crime and sold into slavery. Oh, yeah. He escapes, comes back for revenge in this Academy Award-winning biblical epic with Jack Hawkins, Stephen Boyd, a cast of thousands, and the greatest charity race ever put on film. But like,
my overlord.
What's your favorite movie? Oh, hold on. I'll let you finish.
No, that was it. Good night,
overlord. Oh, what's your favorite movie from like the last year, like 2017, and like what or 2016, and what we've seen of 2017?
2016 films. I'm just going to Google because it's always hard to tell what.
I really liked The Nice Guys.
It was in
weird
the
pick, but
it was in the 1961 that Psycho was nominated.
Oh right. Oh well, I got that
And
wrong anyway.
in that year, The Apartment won.
My favorite film from 2016 is a film by a director called Ken Loach, who does social aspect films. His films are always socially themed because he kind of is from Scotland, and a lot of his films were made in kind of the time when Maggie Thatcher closed down the coal mines and stuff, and so a lot of Middle England and Scotland was suffering. You know, Maggie Thatcher hated working class people, and Scotland was majority working class people. So a lot of his films are kind of themed around this kind of struggle in the working class. And it's a film called I, Daniel Blake. It's about a guy who he's injured at work, and the doctor won't let him go back to work, and he can't make any money because he's not getting enough money off social welfare for it, and all he wants to do is go back to work and provide for his family. It's unbelievable. It's unreal. It's like probably one of the best films I've ever seen. Another good film from 2016.
You're gonna say Trainspotting 2?
Trainspotting 2 is 2017 though.
I said 2016 or 2017.
Oh, or 2017.
Yeah, we're not far enough into the year to really say,
which is best yet. 2017 films. You know what? I'm looking forward to the really high budget ones like Star Wars: The Last Jedi and Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm really looking forward to those.
Very much looking forward to Logan.
Looking forward to Dunkirk.
I'm looking forward to Blade Runner 2049 as well.
Hacksaw Ridge yet?
I haven't.
I think Hugo Weaving's been robbed. Yeah.
Is he in?
I think he did a better part. I think he did a better part in Hacksaw Ridge than Andrew Garfield, but Garfield's getting the nomination, and Hugo gets nothing.
Actually, you know what I'm looking forward to as well is the next Kingsman film.
Oh,
when's that?
When is it?
It's coming out at the end of this year. I think it's like.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
September or something. I think Kingsman is such a fucking unbelievable film.
That should be any day now.
It's September 2017. I think it's coming out, but I'm looking forward to that film so much because I think it's just I love Kingsman so much, and I don't know why. Like I have no right to like that film whatsoever, but it's unbelievable. Actually, you know what?
It's the fighting.
It is, and I don't know. It's just like it's the James Bond that James Bond could never be. You know what I mean?
It's like a modern take on more light-hearted take on James Bond.
And
James Bond takes himself so seriously, you know.
But like, I think the nice thing about it is that it's like the thing I liked about Stranger Things so much is that all of the things that they were doing was things that I dreamed about doing as a kid. You know what I mean? Like when every adventure, I had the same adventures as Stranger Things, but mine never ended with the Demogorgons. You know what I mean? You know, like everything they did is something that I did. You know what I mean? And so I could really, really relate to the film. And I think the thing about Kingsman is that because of the character coming from that working class background and kind of rising up and being accidentally found, that I could really, really relate to the ambition to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, that was like a dream that some guy would come along and say, you were always supposed to be a spy, and then like pay for things. You know what I mean? And so I think that's what I really liked about Kingsman. So I'm looking forward to the next one. But Captain Underpants movie, I'm just looking it up now. Captain Underpants movie.
Oh yeah.
I love those films.
They're
I love
good.
you know the ones where you could put your hand down on the page, they put the outline for your fingers, and you grab the corner of one page and you flipped it back and forth really, really quickly.
Yep.
That was a shit, man. That was a fucking shit.
Those were hilarious.
Reverse psychology.
That was unbelievable. I loved Captain Underpants. Captain Underpants was the shit. So there's more questions in the group chat.
Brilliant.
Overlord asked me would I club a seal to death to save a kitten, and the answer is no. Do I feel that my knowledge on the subject of film makes movies you would otherwise enjoy unbearable on the other way around? 100%. I think that sometimes I've watched films and I'm very, very disenchanted with them because of things I know about film. Warwolf asked me, am I a Coke or Pepsi guy? I'm a Pepsi guy.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, screw you.
What?
Oh, Pepsi guy.
I think they're both the same.
Pepsi Unite.
Nope, nobody's a Pepsi guy.
I'm a Pepsi
Coke
guy.
is way better. I don't care what you think.
But I think Pepsi's better. I don't know. Because I don't know. I don't really have a
To
reason.
always have Pepsi and never have Coke. I might have drank more Pepsi.
You should try Coke. It's pretty good.
I think both of them are disgusting, and they're both global multinational companies that suck the soul out of communities that they get.
I mean, if we're
involved
gonna go with that excuse, we could talk about every first world product out there.
Yes, we could. But that's not the point. But I don't like
Like
either.
guns.
Guns are bad.
Guns, the first world product. Sucking the life out of people.
Careful, you're gonna trigger some people with that language.
Oh no.
Oh.
It's very good.
But yeah, no.
My snowflake sensibilities.
McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, or other fast food. I don't really know. I don't eat a huge amount of fast food except for like pizza. That's kind of most of my fast food. Actually,
Weird. Burger King's for the burgers, McDonald's for the convenience, KFC for the quality of food, but it's too pricey.
KFC doesn't always have good food.
KFC makes me vomit.
Like I do like. The only thing I ever liked about KFC was the chicken wings. I used to get like those six spicy wings. Ooh, oh yeah.
K9, I
Have
love
you ever seen those KFC/Taco Bells?
I love you, K9.
We don't have Taco Bell in Ireland. Thank you.
You don't have Taco Bell?
No, we don't have Taco
That's
Bell.
depressing.
Like
Why?
Mexican food
The
in
country
general.
suffers if it doesn't have Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is absolutely awful.
I don't know.
Look,
In Nottingham, we have 2 Taco Bells.
The
I
thing
have a
is that
KFC Taco Bell nearby, and their fires break down every other day. It's terrible there.
Britain, like Europe doesn't have Mexico next to it, so tacos aren't really a thing.
Yeah, they're not really a thing.
And when you come to Nottingham, we'll go to Taco Bell. We'll educate you.
There's a Taco Bell in Nottingham.
There's 2.
Shit, I actually have to tell
Wow.
everyone. Fuck.
Are they any good? Is Taco Bell any good?
No.
No?
No. No.
Okay.
We don't know what all the hype's about. But I would still be happy to invite anyone.
If you enjoy your innards coming out of your ass, then yeah, Taco Bell is great.
Chipotle way.
The first time I ever had Nando's. Nando's is a British.
Ooh, Nando's.
British food chain that specializes
No.
in chicken. The first time I ever had Nando's, right? 24 hours later, like to the minute, 24 hours later, I felt a rumble in my stomach, and I rushed to the toilet, and liquid shit poured out of me. No, it was all over the bowl.
Good man.
I look into the bowl after, but
Oh my god.
Cheeky Nando's with the lads.
No. Oh.
Nando's
Nobody
is
says that.
incredible.
Go
Nando's
away,
is the
Polo.
best.
Oh. No. Yeah, but basically, if you don't have anything spicy, everything's just dry in Nando's. Even the people, it's dry.
Why wouldn't you have anything spicy in Nando's? That's basically the point of going to Nando's.
And to go to chicken, not to get my face burned off.
Well, yeah, but it's Nando's. If you want chicken, just buy chicken in Aldi or something.
What chicken? I'll just go KFC. Boom. All the Nando's prices.
Okay, 1 second. So we've been going. This is going a lot longer than I expected it to be honest with you. I expected it to end within like 10 minutes.
Became a podcast more than an AMA.
Yeah, it is. It kind of has become the next Hollowworld podcast.
Podcast.
AMA has evolved into podcast. Podcast wants to learn. Fuck off.
Tempe asked cat or dog. I don't know because I've never actually owned a cat. Well, I did. I owned a cat when I was like a small child, but I don't remember that cat. And I've only ever had dogs, but I really like to own a cat, so I can't really say.
I have both.
And
both is better.
I think
I need
both
to
is good.
choose.
I think both is good. I think there's something to mention about being bisexual in there, or something that you could have both. but sure, look.
Both is always better.
Who likes to make choices in life? I think so I've always had dogs, so I prefer dogs because I've only ever had them. But I'd like to own a cat. I'd really like to own a cat.
Ooh, I've got a question, but it's probably the wrong crowd. Actually, no, no, that's the wrong. Yeah. If guns might trigger people, this
you have to ask now.
You can't be like,
oh no, I don't. I really don't have to do anything. I could.
A durka.
Durka.
You can't.
Okay, I'm gonna send you the question, and you tell me if yes or no it would trigger people.
Fuck it, say it.
Oh.
I'm triggered that you won't say it.
Yeah, that triggers me more.
It triggers them more. You consider them unable to handle your question.
No, Smack. Why would you ask me to ask this question?
What?
Are you able to say what all the letters mean? LGBTQQIA.
That's the new one?
Okay.
It's
Lesbian, gay, bisexual,
It's been
transvestite.
extended officially again.
Queer.
My God.
I don't know what the
I
other.
will not answer that question. I will not answer that question.
Has it been expanded officially though? Because officially, I've always just seen as LGBTQ.
I refuse to accept any expansions.
That was it. That was always it.
No, it's
official center for who decides what the name is.
It's LGBTQ plus is.
Yeah, that's always what it was.
That's the official.
It was always LBG. It was always oh my God.
I think it's Q plus, and then they were like, that's enough.
Yeah, because it was getting out of hand, so they just ended it at plus.
But I'm
just
not.
fill in the rest yourself.
Yeah, I'm able to go to.
Need to add more letters onto it. Everyone knows what the fuck you're talking about when you say LGBT.
Inclusive atmosphere.
Because it's about
I
inclusivity.
hate that word. That sentence. That sentence pisses me off.
K9, how many can you do then?
I can do to the first Q. I can go.
We aren't actually doing anything.
Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual.
God, you're getting triggered.
Queer, and I can go to queer, and that's it.
That sentence annoys me.
Queer, not offensive.
What's the second
Q? Queer a slur. Are they taking it back?
No, queer as in gender queer.
Taking it back.
I don't even want to know what that means.
That just means that like you're just chilling.
It means they don't know which gender they are.
Yeah, they're just.
That
chilling.
means that Netflix and chill, the person you're chilling with can be.
Yeah, Arch got it right.
Yeah. If for all that are curious, the last three are questioning, intersex, and ally.
So ally means if you're not gay, you can be part of that. Why would they include ally? That's just dumb to me.
Ally means people that are supportive of the LGBTQ plus community and fight against homophobia. So technically, everyone
should be everyone.
Be everyone.
The only thing I would say about that is that like I've had a couple of different interactions with like LGBTQ communities, and one or two times I felt quite like excluded. Do you know what I mean? It was kind of weird that like you're like, oh, I'm supporting, like, because Ireland recently had a gay marriage referendum that allowed people of the same sex to get married, because previously that wasn't allowed in Ireland. So we held a referendum, and during it there was like this whole huge campaign, and sometimes you get involved with that shit, and like actually I kind of feel like I'm not supposed to be part of it almost. So I get the A bit, but I think the first Q is supposed to cover the other Q and the I.
Yeah, but now it doesn't. Well, I say now, but like this. How new is this?
I don't know.
How official is this? Because again, as I said, like
I found this out because
it's a movement, sure, but at my university, for instance, their movement is just LGBTQ plus. That was it. That's it.
I think we can just go A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y and Z, and you've got it.
Most places I've seen all of the letters in are universities.
To be fair, it doesn't matter how many letters they have. It's it's not going to affect you unless you want to, unless you want to engage with that community. And if you do, perfect, that's fine. If you don't, well,
Oh,
doesn't matter.
everybody who's
Engage in the movement, it doesn't matter how many letters there are.
Yeah.
The people who will complain about an inclusive atmosphere are the kind of people who aren't actually doing anything for the movement anyway. So, who cares? Just call it whatever you want, as long as you're not homophobic, you're good.
I just want them to leave me alone. I don't care if you're gay or not. Just leave it alone. It doesn't matter in a school. You're just here to learn. You're not here to.
Okay, wait.
You're not here to be gay. You're here to learn.
At what age? You know what? Just because so many people are talking about stuff. At what age should you be legally allowed to vote?
18.
18. It's when I can enlist in the army. It's when I have to sign up for the drafts. And if I have to fight in a war, then I want to be able to vote.
Look,
should be the same age.
No, the way I see it is because currently schools around the world are shit at teaching politics. They are abysmal
Absolutely.
at it. Which is why I don't think that age should be decreased to 16. And I know that there's a lot of talk of that, but I don't think that should be. As long as schools continue to be shit at teaching politics, the age should not be decreased.
I think, you know what, I'm going to disagree with you there. I think it should be decreased to 16 because, for a reason, I had this conversation with a girl I know, and she was saying that her older sister was very much like to her parents. So this girl, her name's Molly, she's very like kind of hippie, and she's always about flowing with it and shit. And her parents are very, very right wing, right? So her parents are extremely right wing, and so so extremely right wing in Ireland is pretty centrist in America actually, because we're kind of, we consider ourselves we consider ourselves centrist and right leaning, but if you compare to America, we're very, very left wing, and so her parents being right wing are kind of the equivalent of an American centrist. And her older sister, when she was 16, her older sister had just turned 18, and her older sister was saying, sat down with the parents. It was at the time of, we had a Lisbon Treaty referendum, and her sister sat down and said, which way should I vote for this referendum, to her parents. And I was like, fuck man, that's such a fault with people voting at the age of 18. It should be later. I was like, hold on a second, like, is it a fault of somebody voting at the age of 18, or is it the fault of the first vote? And so I kind of asked a couple of other buddies of mine, and they said that like by the time that they know people who came around to their second vote, regardless of what age it was, that like sometimes you might have a vote at 18 and then you might have a referendum at 19, or vice versa. And then they said people that they know who came around to their second vote were more educated because of their first vote. So what Polo was saying is that because people aren't educated well enough in school about it, that it shouldn't be reduced. I think it should be reduced because I think that first vote comes in sooner. I think there's more people then included that are of 2 years prior, rather than it just being much older people. And so I think that what's important is not age. What's important is the first vote.
I don't think we should be basing off. I don't think we should be basing the limit based off age anyway. Just base it off how educated you are. If you're not educated enough about the political system to vote.
Yeah, but then that's where do you draw the line then? Because
that's
extremely.
That's
you have to take a basic understanding of everything that you're voting for.
No, that's
But that's like, exclusive. That's class. That sounds classist to me. That's what it does.
Ow.
The bourgeoisie is going to rise up against you.
Down with the bourgeoisie. No, dude, I'll tell you why.
And it's the Bolsheviks. They're coming.
That's like, look, you just have to look back to the race riots of the 60s, and then you see why that's an issue. Because
poll taxes.
Yeah, and you can look at they use that. It used to be about education and how educated you were, and you used to have to take quizzes and shit. But you can see because of how that impacted about how like racial minorities were allowed to vote in America at the time, that how that can be manipulated. And so in theory it's a good idea to be able to like take a quiz about this thing. But what happens if you have a government that doesn't like a certain group? Then they can set the quiz to veer a certain way. And that's very, very dangerous. So a good idea in theory.
Just instead of making any kind of requirement, put it at like the lowest sensible level, like say 16, and then add a lesson on it before you can vote, where it just explains the biased way, and then you can vote whatever you want.
I think 16, you get your first vote out of your way, sorted.
Just put out more available education.
I'm fine with it staying 18, but I respect that you disagree, and
I think like realistically, it's not going to go up.
No, it shouldn't. It should never go up than above 18. I don't
Probably
think
not.
that.
Do you people remember what your first vote was?
It was the Obama-McCain presidential.
Was it?
Yes.
Cool, man.
I'm not allowed to vote because I'm Polish in Britain, but
I voted third party.
and I would love to vote on mayors because that's what I'm allowed to do. But you never know when like these elections come up because they're never advertised anywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know when those come up, and I just never remember because it's not in my mind to when's the next mayors.
I just vote third party and lose.
My first vote was
I don't like either candidate.
The gay referendum vote.
Bruh.
And then a general election vote after that. But I am a big fan of the voting. I'm a big fan of that whole democracy stuff. I like it.
I think we need more education about politics.
That whole democracy stuff. Big fan.
Big fan of the old what's it there.
I like to get people to them polling stations.
Yeah, I think democracy's not so bad. It could be worse. Could be better.
I believe the famous quote is, democracy is the worst form of government, except when compared to all other forms of government.
Yeah.
This is entirely true.
The Winston Churchill quote comes to mind, being like, the best argument against democracy is a 5-minute conversation with the average voter. And I think, do we have any more questions?
I have a question.
Going on for 2 hours now.
Yeah, we're about to approach the 2 hours mark. In 2 minutes, we'll be going for 2 hours.
We got to make it 2 minutes, and then we can call it a day.
We need a good last question.
I see Warwolf is typing.
Warwolf.
It better be a good one. I'm expecting a really good one.
It's gonna be like red or blue or something.
Triangles or squares?
He stopped typing.
The pressure.
He had to erase his question.
Oh, see out.
No, see, like Warwolf is
triangles or squares.
Spitting out great questions all this time. Also triangles. Final question. And
oh, you can't say that. You can't say that. No. No, I support Hawklight, but you can't say that. You can't tell anyone I support Hawklight, okay?
I'll remember that one.
I have to kick myself.
Yeah.
I saw Elsa's drawing of X, and I couldn't control myself any longer.
What?
Have you seen the drawing Elsa of
Have you seen?
Yeah, sorry.
I can't see anything on the forums. Thanks.
Have you seen his duck face?
What the? Someone's gonna link me this shit.
He's got duck face lips, and it's beautiful, and I love it.
I am being severely influenced, and I'm going to pick Falhurst because of third party.
Yay!
Yeah,
That wasn't in the question, but okay. You think the new campaign's gonna be awesome?
I trust in that.
The campaign is okay so far.
Is it?
It's better than the. There's the picture.
Look at that.
Better than the last campaign, I'd say.
The stones, right? Kind of train wrecked. All over the place.
I'm a fan of it because of Lannis's adept ability at naming events.
I'm watching Lannis murder Arkengard right now for the campaign, actually. Arkin has in fact just died. Thanks,
Nice.
Lannis.
Arkin,
Is Lannis still in here?
No, Lannis isn't
No.
here anymore.
A while ago.
Arkengard is a fucking shit boy.
Sounds like I'll have some fun.
Arkin's a good man.
He's a good man, except when he's not. Except when he gets
No,
banned.
He loves his Star Wars.
I'm gonna give you a ring tomorrow, and you just have to catch me up on this whole campaign, please.
Catch me outside.
How about that?
Catch me outside.
How about that?
Actually, you know what? I'm partial to
I
Star
swear to God, I'm
Wars.
going to log back in and everything's just gonna be on fire.
I'm partial to the old Star Wars because I'm desperately trying to get in contact with somebody who might be able to get me a job on the reshoots. So,
Ooh.
so that'd be quite cool. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the old Star Wars. Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna try and get a bit of work on that because a girl I know was assistant producing on it for a couple of days, and it'd be quite cool to be able to get on that. I think it'd be a cool old thing to say that, hey, I worked on the War of the Stars. Stars fighting against other stars. Actually, on that topic, just because something we mentioned earlier about director's cuts, sometimes I was part of the post production for a couple of different thingamajiggies, and a big issue with the normal cut and the director's cut is that the director is often fired before the edit is finished, and that impacts the edit a lot if you don't have the guy who was directing it in the editing room. So I think that can also be considered when looking at an edit versus a normal edit versus a director's cut. That a director may have been fired before the director's cut was finished, or before the regular cut was finished even.
This campaign will be over in a month and a half.
But I think, unless anybody else has any questions, I think that might conclude this AMA that has been 1 hour, 2 hours long.
I put one last
Why
joke
don't
in
you
chat
go to
for you
sleep like a
read.
normal person at a normal hour?
Why don't I go to sleep like a normal person at a normal hour? That's a good question.
You did good. You've done good.
I think.
Are you uploading this on the forums?
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
Oh, we're in so much trouble.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is. Hey, I think the worst word we said was. I think the worst word we said was fuck. I think this is okay for the.
Fuck, piss,
shit,
ass,
dick, fuck, cunt,
bitch,
pussy, bitch, motherfucking, fucking shit, fuck.
Listen, I can come up with some good ones right now, but
Oh, start it all.
Just rattle them out right now.
Oh, jeez, buddy. Oh, Lord.
Oh, golly, gee willikers, why did you have to go there? Christ almighty.
Does anybody?
Lord Jesus.
Does anybody want to give us a sing song to head us out?
I think we're good. I think I've finally, gotten it out of me.
Does
there was a goat and your father smelled the elderberries.
Hamster.
Does anybody have a sing song to send us out?
I could just bring up the American national anthem on my phone.
No.
Oh God. What is this, 1950s?
There's an Irish song that is that it goes. Some say the devil is dead, the devil is dead, the devil is dead.
I love that song.
The devil is dead and buried in Killarney. More say he rose again. More say he rose again. More say he rose again and joined the British Army.
Please tell me you've stopped recording.
All right. Good night, guys. Good night. Everybody say good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Thank you for attending the first staff AMA. I'm sure there'll be more to come.
/podcast.
/podcast 2 hour
featuring
conversation.
Polo and Cap and Werewolf.
I hope.
Yes.
Say the devil is dead and buried in Killarney. More say he rose again. More say he rose again.
More say he rose again and joined the British Army.
And that's all we're allowed because copyright.
That was good. I appreciate that. I'm sure there'll be many more.
We're gonna get sued.
And I think we can. I'm sure the quality of these will go up as time goes by. We might even be able to get some kind of, I don't know, in-game interaction or something going on here. But I'm glad you all came along. Thank you so much. I genuinely thought this was going to be a flop, but it worked out surprisingly well.
Flopped in the right direction.
But
like a fish trying to get back to water.
There you go.
Yeah.
Upstream or something.
Well, see you whenever you guys do this, or in a month and a half, whichever comes first.
Adios. Take care, all.
Good
bye-bye.
night, folks.
Sleep well, drink well, and take care. Good night.
Cool.